Hi students, how are you? Did you go through my last lecture on expression of concentrations? In the last lecture, our main motive was to explain how much a solute is present in a solution, isn't it? We'll continue this same discussion today also. Let us go for the next method of expressing the concentrations with a quick recap of the previous last expression, that is strength. So first of all, what is strength of a solution? I discussed in the last lecture, still to make you remember. Strength of a solution. How to find the strength of a solution? I told you that strength is equals to weight of solute in grams. Okay, weight of solute in grams by volume of solution in liter. By volume of solution in liter. That means I can express this unit in terms of gram per liter. The unit is equals to what? Gram per liter. Easy. What else? I can say that strength can be defined as the weight of a solute in gram per liter of solution. I can define it that it is defined as weight of solute per liter of solution. Can I? What can I write? Is equal to the weight of the solute per liter of the solution, and that solute should be in grams. I can write here. Just a minute. Okay, excuse me. Solute in grams per liter of solution. Okay, per liter of the solution. So if I say, I gave you example also in last class. If I say 60 gram of urea in 5 liter solution, what is the strength here? Strength is equals to 60 by 5 gram per liter, or is it 12 gram per liter? मतलब 12 gram of the solute is present per liter of the solution. 12 gram of solute is present per liter of the solution. Am I loud and clear? Easy. Now let us go for the next question. What was the next question? Can I rub this? What was the next question? For example, let me rub this also. If I say a solution contains write the question with me, okay? A solution contains 2% weight by volume. See, 2% weight by volume मतलब 2 gram is present per liter of the solution. ठीक है, यूरिया. Calculate its strength. Calculate its strength. So here calculate its strength is given, isn't it? Now very simple thing. 2 gram urea is present per. How can I write this? 2% means of 2 gram urea is present per 100 ml of solution. But 100 ml means, is it 0.1 liter? Say son, 100 ml is how much? 0.1 liter. Yes or no? Now tell me, strength is equals to 2 gram per 0.1 liter, isn't it? 2 gram by 0.1 liter. How much it will be? It is 20 gram per liter. Easy? Clear? And if necessary, I can convert this 20 gram per liter into also W by V. Sometimes this is given, you need to find this. Sometimes this is given, you need to find this. Okay, these are interconversions, concentrations, and these questions are very frequent. Okay, so you have to understand the definitions, apply the definitions, understand the concepts behind that. Easy. Now let us go for the next method of expressing the concentration. So what is the next method of expressing the concentration? The next method of expressing the concentration is ppm. Okay, now let us go for understanding the ppm. What is ppm? ppm. Next. What is ppm? It's parts per million. ठीक है? It's parts per million. Okay, if it is parts per million, it is conversion. Just a minute, I'll tell you one more thing about this. That is, when concentration is expressed for very dilute solution. Very dilute in the sense, for example, if I'll say about explaining the pollution of the air, so it is expressed in terms of ppm, parts per million. What do you mean by parts per million? It means, definition, number of parts of solute, ppm. Always I said, what? The amount of solute present in the given solution, that is the concentration. The amount of solute in a given solution, that is called concentration. So listen carefully. Number of parts of solute per number of parts of solute per million parts of solution, per million parts of solution. Number of parts of solute per million parts of solution. What do you mean by this million parts of solution? Or I can say million parts matlab 10 to the 6 parts. Okay, is it million? For 10 to the 6 parts of solution. Or I can say number of parts per 10 to the 6 parts of solution. Okay, this is called what? ppm. Now let me understand what is ppm. Okay, one more thing you have to mark also. I can also say this, that number of grams of solute. Listen carefully. Number of grams of solute, number of grams of solute per 10 to the 6 grams of solution. 10 to the 6 grams of solution. Can you say how much is 10 to the 6 gram? Is it 1000 kg? Remember. Or I can say number of grams of solute present per 1000 kg of the solution. Present per 1000 kg of the solution. So can I write this in this manner? Pause this and copy this if you want. Okay. Can I write this in this manner? Number of ppm. Number of ppm, or I can say ppm is equals to weight of solute in grams. weight of solute in grams, clear, divided by weight of solution in grams. Weight of solution in grams into 10 to the power 6. Easy? The 10 to the power 6 is called what? ppm. Example. Without example, how can you know that we understood this? Example. For example, say if I say 2 ppm CaCl2 in aqueous solution, 2 ppm CaCl2 in aqueous solution. What did I say? 2 ppm CaCl2 in aqueous solution. So what will happen? First, let us find out percentage W by W. Stay tuned with me, understand everything. Percentage in W by W. How can I calculate? See, what we understand by this 2 ppm of CaCl2? What do we understand? It means 2 gram CaCl2 in 10 to the 6 gram solution. Yes or no? 2 gram CaCl2 in 10 to the 6 gram solution. Yes or no? So what is percentage W by W? How can I find out? Is it 2 by 10 to the 6 into 100? Why? To find the percentage weight by weight. Say yes or no? That is equals to how much? Is it 10 to the 4? So it's 0.0002%. Yes or no? Clear? Percent weight by weight. Easy. Did you get the first solution? Second, mole fraction of CaCl2. How to find out from this ppm? Mole fraction of CaCl2. Can I rub this so that I can use the enter board? What was that? 2 ppm CaCl2 in aqueous solution, isn't it? What was the question? 2 ppm CaCl2 in aqueous solution. If it is given 2 ppm CaCl2 in aqueous solution, what do you learn from this? And the next question is to find the mole fraction of CaCl2, isn't it? The question is to find the mole fraction of CaCl2. How to find mole fraction here? Now again, 2 gram CaCl2 in 10 to the 6 gram solution, isn't it? 10 to the 6 gram solution. In 10 to the 6 gram, can I divide this into two parts? Here 2 gram CaCl2 is there, isn't it? That means how much rest is water? How much is water? Is it 10 to the 6 minus 2 grams? Yes or no? Or that can be approximately written as 10 to the 6 only? Yes or no? So, number of moles of, what is the number of moles of CaCl2? Is it 2 by calcium 40? This is 71, or it comes 111, isn't it? This is number of moles. What is the number of moles of water? Is it 10 to the, is it number of moles is 10 to the 6 by 18? Say yes or no? Now they have asked about what? Mole fraction of CaCl2. Mole fraction of CaCl2 is how much? Let me write it here. Mole fraction of CaCl2 is how much? Number of moles of CaCl2. What is that? By total number of moles. Number of moles of CaCl2 plus number of moles of water. You have both the values. Yes or no? Easy? Clear? Now, the next method of expressing the concentration. Now, we were going to the next method of expressing, that is ppb. Let me do one more small question I remembered about ppm. What is the small question? Question is, if I'll say mole fraction of, for example, they will give, in the previous question, what did I did? I converted this ppm into W by W, isn't it? In the same way, if I say the mole fraction of urea in aqueous solution is 0.001, mole fraction of urea in aqueous solution is 0.001. Is how much? 0.001. First, find out percentage W by W. Okay. Second question is concentration in ppm. Second is concentration in ppm. ठीक है? Now, first question. Mole fraction of urea. How can I find out? How to find mole fraction of urea? Mole fraction of urea, they have already given 0.001. It means what? Can I write this as 1 by 1000? Yes or no? Can I write that 1 by 1000? Now, can I write that is equals to number of moles of urea by number of moles of urea plus number of moles of water? Yes or no? Or I can write this as N total. Yes or no? Assuming, and if I say number of moles of urea is 1, then number of moles of water I can find out. If number of moles of urea is equals to 1, what did I say? Number of moles of urea is equals to 1. Then if this is 1, this is 1. Now how can I find out the number of moles of water? Number of moles of water is equals to 1, 1. Number of moles of water is to find out is 999. Isn't it? Is it? It is 999 mole. Doubt? Now let me make a very simple table for you. Okay. What is the table we'll have? We'll have urea, then water, then solution, then number of moles of urea 1 mole, water 99, solution 1000 mole. Yes or no? Mass of urea is it 60? NH2CO NH2 is it 60? Now here 99 into 18. Please do calculate it for me because sometimes I go wrong in calculation. Please verify the calculation, okay? Next, total mass is this plus this, so it is 180. Well, how to find? 180, 82 into 6, right? 2, 15 is 18042 grams. Yes or no? Easy? Now let us come for our solution. Percentage W by W. How to find W by W? Is it 60 by 18042 into 100? Yes or no? Now ppm, parts per million. So how can I find parts per million? 60 by 18042, 10 to the 6. Do you mark this difference? 10 to the 2 W by W, 10 to the 6 ppm. Easy? Did I connect this well? Sure. Now let me tell you about the next way of expressing the concentration, that is ppb. ppm was what? Parts per million. What is ppb? It's parts per billion. It is again one way of expressing the concentration, which are very dilute. Okay, so let us go for the next discussion, that is ppb. Okay, let me rub this. Next is ppb. What is this ppb? ppb is what? Parts per billion. Parts per billion. See, 10 to the 6 is million, 10 to the 8 is billion. Okay, 10 to the 6 is million, 10 to the 8 is billions. Now, if or I can say 10 to the 8 is 10 crores, isn't it? 10 crores. Or I can say it is 10 crores. Now, number of ppb. How to find a ppb? Or number of ppm or number of ppb? Number of ppb. How to find? Number of ppb is equals to weight of solute in grams by weight of solution in grams into 10 to the power 8. Into what? 10 to the power 8. Now, in place of this 10 to the power 8, stay connected. If I write 10 to the power 2, then what I'll get? W by W percent. Isn't it? If I write in place of 10 to the power 8, 10 to the power 6, what I'll get? ppm. And 10 to the 8 ppb. Yes or no? Isn't it easy? Same concept. Into, if I multiply this, I'll get the conversion. See, these are very important conversions. Yeah, questions. I have got these questions in JE also. Okay, so stay connected about this interconversions. You'll understand everything. Okay. Now, what's next? What's next? Here comes the next method, and also one of the most important method for expressing the concentration of a solution. So the next method is molarity. M G H. The next method is molarity. That is M. What is molarity? It is the number of moles of solute present per liter of solution. Listen carefully. What I am saying, it is the number of moles of solute present per liter of solution. The number of moles of solute. How many number of moles of solutes are present per liter of solutions? To know it, to introspect it, we have to find this value. The number of moles of solute present per liter of the solution is called what? Molarity. It's very important. So, molarity M, you can write capital M is equals to number of moles of solute present per volume of solution in liter. Present per volume of solution in liters. Clear? Or I can say this need to be moles per liter, isn't it? Is moles per liter, isn't it? Now, so I can write now molarity is equal to number of moles per liter also. Sorry, number of moles per volume also. So this is also the way of expressing concentration. Number of moles by volume is what? Molarity. ठीक है? Or can I write like this? From this, can I write in this manner that number of moles, right? Or number of moles of solute is equals to what? Molarity into volume of a solution in liters by volume of solution in liters. Clear? Achha. I want to tell you one very small thing. Do you know one thing? 1 mole is equals to 1000 millimoles. Listen carefully. 1 mole is equals to 1000 millimoles. It means what? Means I have given here in liter. Just I'll make it more easy. Just copy it down. I'll make it more easy. Copy it. I'll make it more easy. How to convert this in millimoles? Because sometimes questions we get in millimoles. Now, let me. Can I grab the board? Or else pause and write. Okay. Now, tell me one thing. If I write number of millimoles of solute, someone will ask you. Number of moles I did. Number of millimoles of solute, isn't it? Is equals to molarity into volume of solution in ml. Listen carefully what I have given. Number of millimoles of solute is equals to molarity into volume of solution in ml. Easy? Doubt? Now, in this case, if I say you one simple thing, does molarity depends upon temperature? Look. Yes. Molarity depends upon temperature. Why? What was there in molarity? Number of moles by volume. If temperature changes, volume changes. What did I say? If temperature changes, volume changes. So it is purely understood that if temperature is changes, then the molarity will automatically change. Or else molarity is dependent on what? Temperature. Clear? Now, see, we have studied about percentage W by W, isn't it? Yes or no? If I'll change this to volume, will it depend upon temperature? Yes, because volume changes, W by V changes. If I'll say percentage V by V, temperature changes, V changes. Yes or no? And if I say molarity, they all are temperature dependent. They all are temperature dependent. ठीक है? If I say percentage W by W, or if I'll say mole fraction, if I'll say mole fraction, or if I'll say ppm, what is the denominator here? Number of moles in W, weight or weight by weight. Here the weights are there, which does not change with temperature. Volume changes with temperature, but weight does not change with temperature. Yes or no? But weight does not change with temperature. Yes, but who changes? volume changes. That means these all are temperature independent. These all are temperature independent. That does not depend upon the temperature. Yes or no? Can I go for a question so that you can understand this concept clearly? Let me rub the board and go for a question. The question is very simple. What is the question? Question is, if 9.8 gram H2SO4 is dissolved in 200 ml solution, is dissolved in 200 ml solution, okay, what will be the molarity? What will be the molarity? Pause me and solve this question quick. Did you solve this question? Tell me. 9.8 gram H2SO4 is dissolved in 200 ml solution. So how can I go for this question? See, solution. Molarity is equals to number of moles by volume solution in liters. Had it been in ml, then we have multiplied into 1000, isn't it? Now, how can I deal with this? Is it number of moles given 9.8 by 98, number of moles by 200 ml, that means 200 into 1000. So it becomes how much? 9.8 in 10, 200, and it comes how much? 0.5. Put capital M. Okay? Yes or no? Because this is 0.2 and this is 1 by 10, so it becomes 5. Easy? Now let us go for some case analysis. We'll do some case analysis on this case 1. What is this case 1? Case 1. If this solution is diluted with water, how will it affect the concentration? See, very simple fundamental. Molarity is equals to number of moles by volume, that is equals to weight in gram by molar mass by volume, that too in liters. Look here, very fundamental concept. If I add water, weight may not change, molar mass may not change, because this is the weight of the solute. Weight of the solute will not change, molar mass will not change, this remains constant, this remains constant, but volume changes. That means if volume changes, molarity changes. So if the solution is diluted with water, then concentration changes. And what happens? Concentration changes, because in this case we know that what I said here, number of moles remain constant. Number of moles remains constant. Yes or no? That means the number of moles, if it was N1, then it becomes N2. That means N1 is equals to N2, number of moles remains constant, isn't it? So if this remains constant, a minute, molarity is equals to number of moles by volume. So if M1 is equals to N2, V2, then M2 is equals to just a minute, sorry. If m1 is equals to n1 v1 and m2 is equals to n2 v2, n1 is equals to n2, can I write like this, that m1 v1 is equals to m2 v2, yes or no? Or I can write m initial v initial m final v final, yes or no? Easy. So what happens in this particular case that I discussed, molarity is equals to number of moles by volume, n constant, isn't it? So molarity changes, volume also changes, isn't it? Clear? So this can only be backed with the help of an example. Let me give you an example. Can I rub the board? Let me give you an example so that you can apply this concept. What is the example? What is the volume of water that must be added? Question. What is the volume of water that must be added in a 200 ml of 0.01 molar, 200 ml of 0.01 molar H2SO4 solution? 0.01 molar H2SO4 solution, so that it's its molarity becomes 0.004 molar. Clear? Now it's a very simple and to the point judged question, isn't it? Now here m1 v1 is equals to m2 of v2. What was m1 here? The volume of the H2SO that must be added to 200 ml of 0.01 molar, 0.01 v1 200, isn't it? m2 0.004 v2 asked. See, it's very nice that if I find here molarity is equals to number of moles by volume. If molarity increases, volume decreases. If volume increases, molarity decreases. So they are inversely proportional to each other. So here what happens? Molarity, what happens? Decreases. Look at this point. So if I calculate it, V2 is equals to how much? 0.01 into 200. If you calculate this, V2 will be how much? 500 ml. This is the total volume. But the question they have asked is how much water must be added. So 500 is final. Initially we had 200. So how much will be added? 300 ml is the answer. This must be added. Clear? This must be added to get what? The desired concentration. Easy? Copy it. Please copy. Now let me go for the next case. Case 2. Let me go for the next case. If two or more solutions containing the same type of solute are mixed, listen carefully. Case 2. If two or more solution, if two or more solution containing same type of solute are mixed. Solution containing same type of solute are mixed. What will happen? Simple. If solution is M1 V1 added to M2 V2 added to M3 V3 dot. So what will be the final molarity, or I can say molarity of the resultant into volume. What is the volume? This volume is V total. मतलब V1 plus V2 plus V3 whatever the volume I added up. ठीक है? Now M1 into V1 is what? Number of moles, isn't it? I told you just 10 minutes back, isn't it? M1 into V1 is equal to N1. What is this? N2. What is this? N3. And what is this number of moles total? Isn't it? Simple beta. Molarity is equal to number of moles by volume. So M into V is equal to number of moles. Do you remember now? Yes or no? This is equal to N1 plus N2 plus N3 dot N total, isn't it? Now, how can I understand this? Very simple, with the help of example only. Let me do an example for you. Let me do an example for you. What is the question? 200 ml of 1 molar H2SO4 solution. Question is 200 ml of 1 molar H2SO4 solution is mixed with 300 ml of 2 molar. 200 ml of 1 molar H2SO4 solution is mixed with 300 ml of 2 molar H2SO4 solution. H2SO4 solution. My question is calculate the resulting molarity. Calculate the resulting molarity. Let me do this for you. Very simple. I told you now. M1 V1 plus M2 V2 is equals to M final V total. Isn't it? Now M1 V1, M1 1 V1 200, M2 2 V2 300. So V total is how much? 500. This is to be found out, isn't it? Say yes or no? Can you? Easy. Details. If I give you these details, can you find out this concept? Now, can you? Please do it for me. Easy. Clear? So, next questions. Before that, go through this and solve this for me. Okay? So what we find? This is the answer. This is the solution. So this much is there for you in today's bucket. Tomorrow's class will go for the next discussions, next way of expressing concentrations. We are left with molality and more numericals and more cases on this also. So stay tuned. Please enjoy the class and ask doubts in our WhatsApp number. Till then, bye bye. Take care. Keep safe and study well. Thank you. Bye bye.